What's up, guys? It's your boy, Red, the nigga that runs YouTube. What I've got for you guys today is my top 10 favorite Marvel characters. Now, I know this is just my opinion. Why should you even care? Well, my opinion matters far more than yours. I am a comic buff, or as some people would like to say, le nigga de comique. I know, very articulate, but anyway, let's get right into it and start reviewing some characters. Now, before I start ranting off about my first character, I would have to point out that I am not the average mainstream movie-going Marvel fan. I actually read the comics like a real man. So I will be deriving my opinions not just from movies and television, but also from comic books, which is where the characters are from originally. Also, quick reminder, this list will be pertaining to my favorite Marvel characters, not specifically villains, heroes, or anti-heroes. Any one of those three categories can be on this list. Now, the first character I would like to talk about is Johnny Storm, aka the Human Torch. That's number 10 right there. Johnny Storm is one of my favorite Marvel characters for a number of reasons, but none other than the biggest awesome thing about him. He's a sauce master, man. He's got all the sauce. I mean, he literally exudes flames.
Whoa, 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 whoa! Come on, Johnny, come on! Is he flying? Wait! Oh! I have to give you props, Johnny. You were on fire! We on fire. Up in here, it's burning hot. We on fire.
I mean, how else are you gonna flex on niggas, bro? Like, and he's a member of the Fantastic Four, which is a heavily underrated superhero group. Everyone's always cock-riding the Avengers and the X-Men, and those are bomb groups, but the Fantastic Four is an OG sauce organization. Those niggas fight Dr. Doom on the regular. They took out Galactus, who's a space god that eats planets. I'm just saying, bro, you can't be out here sleeping on my homie Johnny Storm. That man gets girls, he fights bad guys, and he does it with all the sauce, bro. Chris Evans played that boy. Chris Evans played him before he played Captain America. That's how much sauce he's got. Aight? Anyway, on to the next character on the list. Number 9, Magneto. That boy Magneto, I mean, his power alone says enough about him. He controls all metal. Now, we've seen how on the big screen that just is sauce-tastic. In the comics, it's even better looking, man. He can literally rip out fillings from people's mouths. He can rip out Wolverine's bones, you know? And that's just his powers. Let's start talking about the man. This guy, Eric, he is a genius, bro. He's literally over here playing chess with Professor X. Mega genius. Cripple. Mega genius. Anyway, this man Magneto, he ran the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants, and they are just hands down one of my favorite evil organizations. Might do a top 10 on that later, I don't know, depends on how bored I get. But this man Magneto, he's got it all, man. He was the father to Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch, who are like a mega awesome incest duo. Irrelevant, the incest part, but just everything about him, you know? The fact that he is a complex character, you know. Sometimes he's good, but sometimes he's evil, but sometimes he's good. What I was meant to say. He has worked with the X-Men countless times to save the world. And his motivations are honestly and purely for the advancement of the mutant race. Like, he's not like trying to conquer the world or destroy it. He just wants humans to treat mutants better. And he's a little embittered, he's a little angry, and so sometimes he likes to kill humans because, let's face it, humans are assholes. So. But he's a complex and powerful and great character, and that is why he made this list. He's great. Magnets. Number 8. Yeah, 8. My boy, Doctor Strange. How is it that this man gonna get a PhD and magical powers? That is like the ultimate flex, bro. Infinite pussy for life. They get that nigga his pussy rewards card. But anyway, yeah, that guy, he's fine as hell, man. His comics are trippy, man. Like, his movie was really trippy, his comics are extra trippy too. Like, if I was gonna do shrooms, I would do shrooms, and then I would read some Doctor Strange comics. And then I would be like, whoa, this Doctor Strange. But yeah, this guy, he is the protector of the realm, you know, from all mystical enemies and stuff. Like, he was saying in the movie, like, how the Avengers, they protect us from, like, aliens that want to blow us up. Any magical dude, like Dormammu, like a demon god of evil, Doctor Strange basically got to take care of that shit himself. By himself. And he be doing it all the time. He hardly ever even has to work with other people to protect the realm from magical gods and stuff, because he's just that fi with it. And he has a PhD. So, like, what am I even talking about? There isn't even an argument there. Doctor Strange, and he's only number 8 on the list. I don't know, he's kind of low. But there's a lot of saucy characters in Marvel Universe. What can I say? Number 7. You already knew that this boy was about to be on the list. I got my boy Black Panther at number 7.
He brought back! He brought back! He brought back! He brought back! He brought back!
He brought back!
He brought back!
He brought back!
He brought back!
Bombay! That's right. You guys already know why my homie Black Panther is on there. Not only does he rep for the community, he does it in style, with the suit, and the mega geniusness. People actually, they don't really acknowledge how smart that man Black Panther is. I felt like I needed to point that out, man. He's literally listed as one of like the top 10 smartest comic book characters. He's crazy good at like tech stuff. That's why he's so good at using the Black Panther suit. And he was part of the Marvel comic book universe's Illuminati. That nigga's in the Illuminati. I'm pretty sure he was the only black person in the Marvel Illuminati. That in itself grants him a spot on this list. But I'm not gonna lie, I was being a little biased letting the movies affect my opinion here, because I was never that into his comics. I've read Black Panther comics and they're good, but they weren't my favorites. But that movie, of course, bro, that movie knocked it out of the park. One of the hardest movies I've ever seen. Killmonger, great villain. Maybe go on villainous. But, yes, my nigga Black Panther. Yeah, that's right. Just gonna nod for a sec. Homie got to eat a mystical fruit that gave him enhanced speed, agility, and cat-like reflexes, strength. That man was doing all kinds of crazy stuff. He's basically like Tom Cruise if Tom Cruise was Tom Cruise in his own head. Like, it's crazy, man. This guy's got all of it, man. And he's also rich, mega rich, balling, king of a country, of Wakanda. It's not even a country. No. This is Wakanda. That's basically another planet with technology far beyond anything that white people have ever accomplished. That's why it's imaginary. But that's beyond the point. This man, T'Challa, he's got it, bro. He's got it in the bag. That's a wrap. Yeah. Alright, on to the next one. I got for y'all number 6, Rogue. You don't know what I'm talking about? I'm talking about Rogue, baddest bitch on the X-Men. Yo, I love Rogue. She is one of my favorite heroes. Obviously, that's why she's on this list. But, you know, she's vivacious, she's powerful, and she's from a small town in Mississippi, little Anne Marie. I think that's really cute. That's irrelevant. I love her power, man. She can steal anybody else's powers. That's right. So, someone got a cool power, like, I don't know, Magneto. All she gotta do is touch that nigga. Now she's Magneto. And then she can touch a lot of different people and combine all those powers like a freaking Petri dish and just shoot them back out. It's incredible. You know, of course, on the upside, she can't actually touch anybody because she can't control it. If she touches anybody, you know, she'll steal their power, life force, memories. It's pretty wild. But I also love how that adds that struggle to her character. You know, she's had to deal with that, like, real shit since she was a teenager, man. Like, she was making out with some nigga one day, and then, oh no, he's in a coma, and I stole his memories. Dang, homie was cheating on me? Oh, I don't care. This bitch is crazy, man. I love her, bro. She held on to Miss Marvel so long that even without touching anybody, now she permanently has flight and super strength. You know, most of the time, you know. Not only was she an X-Men, led a faction of the X-Men, she also led a faction of the Avengers in the comics. People don't like to talk about that, the Uncanny Avengers, that had Deadpool and Human Torch and Captain America on the team. This was a hard team. I loved this comic book series. It's one of my favorites. And yeah, she's the leader of this part of the Avengers on that lineup. And it's great. And she makes out with Deadpool, which is kind of weird. Kind of cool. Pretty sure she has cancer. But yeah, she's one of my favorite characters of all time. Very layered, very strong, very hot. I like Rogue. We halfway there already, y'all. Yeah. Number 5. Jean Grey / the Phoenix / the Dark Phoenix. That is relevant. Because I love Jean Grey. Now, I put her just over Rogue because I dig Rogue's personality a little bit more. But my God, Jean Grey, she has that power, man. As the Phoenix, she's basically a god. Like, at her strongest when she was Dark Phoenix, she once went into a sun and exploded that bitch just for the hell of it. Like, she wiped out like a dozen planets and trillions of life forms. Like, that's a flex. Like, you've ever talked shit to a nigga, like, he's like, hey man, once I pulled up, drive by like 12 niggas, bro. I kill like 12 of them. And she's like, yo, wiped out a solar system, bro. Don't even talk to me, bro. Exactly. That's exactly what she did. And she killed Cyclops, who was her boyfriend, just because that nigga was trying to stop her. Women, don't let those men stop you. Don't do it. Don't do it. Psh, get out of here. Seriously, get out of here. Get out of here, Cyclops. I hate you. Urgh. I don't like Cyclops. Don't like Cyclops. I don't like him. You know, Jean Grey, she was always a really tragic and really sweet character. You know, she's always been such a nice girl. And when her powers emerged, she hurt people close to her, and she had to live with that for the rest of her life. But, you know, Professor X and Magneto actually came together. They recruited her because they were like, damn, this bitch right here is gonna be the baddest bitch, probably of all time. And they were like, damn near right. She becomes one of the best X-Men, you know? Like, leading example, statues built of her. They actually renamed the Professor Xavier School. Now it's the Jean Grey School if you read the comics. They renamed the school for her just because she was such an influence to everyone around her, you know? She really develops her own character, but she develops so many other characters in such a massive way. She changed the mutant community. She changed the game. She's like MLK for mutants. And, you know, when she went Dark Phoenix and, you know, blew up planets and we had to kill her and stuff, you know, that was pretty tough, but pretty baller at the same time. But all of that, you know, her presence in the comics is part of what makes the X-Men comics so great. And I am grateful that a nigga wrote her into existence. Last thing, let me just list the things she can do. She can read minds, lift things with her mind. She can actually create and alter different materials. Like, she can change shit into gold, you know, like transmutation with like her phoenix powers. You know, cosmic manipulation, bro. She can, you know, blow up planets. That's crazy. That shit is crazy. Another reason I like Jean Grey is because telekinesis is my dream power. I'd love to just be able to lay around and just like lift shit with my mind, like, pew, pew, come over here. Like that. That would be really cool. But anyway, on to the next one. I bet you're wondering, who is number 4 on this list? Well, stop wondering, because I'm obviously going to tell you, because that's what this video is for, you stupid idiot. Number 4 is the Punisher, aka Frank Castle. You killed my family! That is my guy right there. I know y'all be talking about how far he was in Daredevil, and then he got his own show, which was even harder, arguably. Probably not, actually. Daredevil was amazing, but it was like on par. It was super good. Love the Punisher show. That man's comics are exactly the same. Actually, no, scratch that. His comics are better, I gotta say. Punisher comics are some of my favorite comics to read, man. They are incredible. In one of his like comic like series, he steals War Machine's suit and he goes to like Iraq or Iran and he just goes around blowing stuff up and killing warlords. Like, he just does it all day. He does it for like 30 issues in a row. And he like ends the war. Then he comes back home and everyone's all pissed off at him. I hate how everyone's always hating on that nigga because he helps people, but he's also killing bad guys. You know, low key, you know, I don't think it's as unethical as everyone likes to make it seem. But yeah, he gets back to America, right? And now the Avengers and everybody, they know he stole the War Machine suit, and now they all coming after him. He has to box Captain Marvel. And he kind of gives her the work for a sec. I mean, eventually he has to flee because she's going to get him right. I mean, she's Captain Marvel. But he boxed her. He boxed Captain Marvel. And he's just a regular dude. Like, this is what I'm talking about. You know, he's like Batman if Batman wasn't a bitch and could kill people. I love it. It's always action-packed. Shoot a bad guy in the face. And even though he'll kill people, he's always looking out, man. He's always in it for the good. You know, they make us like him every once in a while by throwing in some kind of relatable little girl, lost orphan, someone to remind him of this family that was stolen from him. And he always protects them. He always puts his life on the line to protect strangers that need his help. That's better than most people, to be honest. So, you know, everyone wants to question his morality. I think he's a really good guy. If you read his comics, he's definitely, you know, he's a really good guy. Same with his show. Of course, he's complicated and torn between his mission and what others tell him he should do. But he's a great character. And he boxed Captain Marvel and Iron Man. And he blew up Saddam Hussein's head. Don't fact check that last one. Stop Is that the merc with a mouth? No, it's the world's greatest assassin. Well, I think it's the Chimichanga Champion. Well, it's all of those. Number 3 on the list is Deadpool.
Okay. Deadpool musical 2. Let's Lin-Manuel this Miranda. Oh, I see what's happening here. You faced a mask with Deadpool and you're scared. You feel your knees start to shake. Did you just piss? Your faceless goons are always unprepared. Meet my 2 girls, let's be clear. Yes, it's me, Dwayne Johnson, eyes up here. I know it's a lot, the black, the red, but it's to hide the blood when you're all dead. So what can I say except I'm Deadpool? With my swords, these guns, you'll die.
Of course I had to throw Deadpool on this list, man. Deadpool is hilarious and saucy and awesome. I mean, Deadpool is an icon. And Ryan Reynolds played Deadpool, and he is an icon in his own right. So, you know, this is some major junk we're talking about at this point. I love Deadpool. Major Deadpool fan. Great movies. He's great in every appearance that he's in. Period. I've, of course, read so many Deadpool comics. Because, like, wow. I mean, there isn't even much to say about Deadpool. He can't die. So the amount of hilarious shit that ensues when you can't die and you don't care about dying, including making out and falling in love with death. Like, that nigga, his main bitch is death. That's like, whoa. Baller 1000, mega baller, big ball baller McBallerson, right there. That nigga, he took Thanos' girl. You know Thanos loves death, right? Deadpool literally stole his girl. And in Deadpool versus Thanos, Thanos finds that out, and you know what? He just squashes him into a puddle. But you know what? Deadpool doesn't die. He just comes back up and it's like, what's up, Thanos? I still took your girl, though. So what you gonna do about it? Squash me into a puddle? Deadpool, of course, you know, solo, he's great. You know, he runs around causing damage wherever he goes. But I also love seeing Deadpool interact with other Marvel characters. He's done it with everybody. I mean, come on. Like I said, he made out with Rogue in that one comic series I was reading. There's a comic series, Deadpool and the Punisher, Deadpool and Wolverine, Deadpool and the Avengers, Deadpool versus Thanos. Deadpool, Deadpool, Deadpool. Deadpool does it all, man. Deadpool's everywhere. His movies were great. He can be in the X-Men, the Avengers. Shit, he was actually even in a version of the Fantastic Four one time. I swear, I'm like 90% sure that happened. Anyway, he's just so fantastically robust, flamboyant, fantastical. I love watching him go to work, man. He makes slaughter of hundreds of people something to marvel at and laugh at. If you can make people laugh and talk about chimichangas while you're cutting someone's head off, you're a pretty special someone. I mean, Hitler tried, his jokes didn't land, his mustache was ugly. You know, it's not the same. Should have gone for the Deadpool approach. Would have been much more popular. Alright, now we're all the way up to number 2. We're doing it, guys. Number 2. This should go without saying. Spider-Man. Everybody loves Spider-Man. I've been obsessed with Spider-Man since I was like 5 years old. He's always been one of the GOATs. All of the Spider-Man movies are great, except Spider-Man, The Amazing Spider-Man 2 and Spider-Man 3. But like the rest of them are all awesome. Just ignore those two that I just said. Spider-Man comics, I mean, there's like a billion of them. Spider-Man TV shows, there's like a billion of them. Spider-Man movies, there's like the most out of any other thing. Why? Because Spider-Man sells, man. He's relatable. He's like me. He's a teenager. You know, he's trying to get his dick wet. Get that math paper in on time. But, uh-oh. There's a giant monster in Times Square. Now we gotta take care of that too. This guy's great, man. He's got it all locked down. Peter Parker, that's my nigga right there. But on top of that, Spider-Man, that's also like Miles Morales. That's also like Gwen Stacy in another universe. You know, Spider-Man is a dynasty. He's got a whole multiverse theory comic book. Spider-Verse. You think they can make Iron Man verse? I'm sorry, it wouldn't work. Captain America verse? No. What's another one? Cyclops verse? Is that a joke? Are you joking me, man? Get that out of here. Only works for Spider-Man, bro. Because that man, Spider-Man, he's the universal hero. Everybody loves Spider-Man. And if you don't love Spider-Man, then you're one of those people that like hates puppies and ice cream, and you should just get hit with a bus. And that's my opinion. But it's also not. It's also a fact. So take that. And the moment we've all been waiting for. Psych! Just kidding. Before we get to our number one, like the greats at Watch Mojo or any other top 10 thing, there's only the one, there's only Watch Mojo. I'm gonna drop some honorable mentions on y'all right quick. So, just gonna ram these out real quick. My honorable mentions are Moon Knight, Thanos, and Groot. The pause was for dramatic effect, not because I forgot. But anyway, first Moon Knight. Oh my god, Moon Knight's cool. I mean, he wasn't quite cool enough to make this top 10 list, but, I mean, he's like Batman, but the Ku Klux Klan version, like, word, what's up? And he's crazy, man. He's totally insane. He's got split personality disorder. I've always found that affliction really interesting. You can do so many things with it. In his case, he's like, you know, this regular stand-up cool guy. Oh yeah, he's also a crazy rapist taxi driver. Oh yeah, and he also runs around and beats up criminals. Bunch of different personalities. So much to do with that. So interesting. Thanos. I bet you're wondering why Thanos wasn't on this list. He's basically like number 11. He's really close, and I really like Thanos, but I'm also not a basic bitch. And Thanos is kinda bland. Like, oh yeah, look at me. I'm a purple, all-powerful shit. Purple shit, all-powerful man. His comics are great though, I gotta say, man. Like, the newest Thanos series of comics, I read them. It's fantastic. That nigga kills like Galactus and the Cosmic Silver Surfer, who has Thor's hammer, which is crazy. It's a whole other crazy thing. And his ward is this Ghost Rider version of the Punisher. By the way, the Punisher was Ghost Rider at a point. Like, he's Ghost Rider and the Punisher. That's relevant right there to something, somewhere. Someone, you had to know that. You guys had to know that. Anyway, and of course Groot, just because I am Groot. I am Groot. And I am Groot. Tell me who's number one! Tell me who your number one is! Alright, calm down now. The number one is Wolverine. Cheer. But yeah, this man Wolverine is my favorite Marvel character. and I'll tell you a few reasons why Wolverine is my favorite Marvel character. He is badass, but he's also humble. He's short, like me, in the comic books anyway. He's like 5'3", that's actually shorter than me. But he's also so strong. He's got fucking adamantium claws on top of his adamantium skeleton, which means this, and a healing factor, which makes him indestructible, like Deadpool, except his indestructibility just has a little bit more sauce to it. Doesn't look like a cancer fart. Still love Deadpool, but yeah. And he's very complicated. One of the reasons that there's a lot of X-Men on this list, I mean, what is that, like 4 X-Men, is because X-Men comics are my favorite comics to read. Their movies, some of them have been good, a lot of them haven't really hit the mark. Their comics are elite. Time and time again, X-Men comics have been able to get me there, and a really big reason is because of Wolverine and characters like Wolverine. Characters that aren't simple. Wolverine's a hero in every sense of the word, but he's also not a pussy. He's not like Cyclops. You know, he's willing to get the job done. You know? He was a leader of the X-Force, which is like a covert version of the X-Men. That, you know, yeah, sometimes when things go sideways, they gotta go undercover and kill people. Like Black Watch, which, if you don't know, Overwatch is the covert version of Overwatch. Also, you should know Overwatch. But, you know, yeah, Wolverine, he's great as a person, you know? He's like Ron Swanson. Stoic, manly, but deep down, you know, he's got a heart of gold. He really is someone that cares deeply for everyone in his life and has been willing to put his own life on the line and make sacrifices of his character, bits of his character, just to protect the people that he loves dearest. In one of my favorite comic series of all time, Avengers vs. X-Men, we gotta deal with this bitch, I forgot her name. Whatever, she's Jean Grey's granddaughter from the future. She shows up, and she's got the Phoenix Force, man. And when the Phoenix Force is coming for her, the Avengers and the X-Men, they get together and they're like, God damn, she is going to blow up the planet. That's what the Avengers say, anyway. The X-Men are like, no, she'll be fine. Hope, her name is Hope. Her name is Hope Summers. They're like, Hope, we love Hope, you know? She's gonna get the Phoenix Force and it's gonna change the game. She's gonna use it like Jean did before she went crazy and tried to blow up the planet. She's gonna help us all, but this time she won't blow up the planet. And then Wolverine was the one X-Man who was in that room and was like, yo, this is some more bullshit. And I love Hope. He loved Hope, seriously. It's like, I love Hope. But I will murder her, I'm gonna kill her, if it means that the planet does not blow up. And he took her out to like Antarctica when no one was looking, and he was about to do it before they stopped him. But I thought that was like some ballsy, that was some hard shit. You know, we've seen in adventures like Logan, we've seen the range that Wolverine can have as a character. And shout out to my nigga Hugh Jackman for portraying him fantastically for years. Wolverine is a GOAT. And I know that, you know, other characters are more popular. If this was a popularity contest, I would have put Spider-Man at the top of this list. But personally, for me, I like Wolverine more. I love Wolverine. Every time I see Wolverine and stuff, get goosebumps. I'm like, oh my god, it's Wolverine, guys. What do you want from me? What can I give you? What? Hey, that is the end of my rant. You can put in the comments any suggestions for other top 10s or movie reviews that you would like me to do in the future. Shout out my nigga Miles for suggesting that I do this one. I enjoyed it. And I also think I'm high on life right now. But anyway, I'm gonna ask y'all to hit that like button. And if you haven't subscribed, subscribe, please. I'd like to reiterate the fact that I am Red, and I do run YouTube from now on. So that's the deal. Yeah. Bye, have a beautiful time!